YAHUAH, Barak YAHUAH, Barak YAHUAH. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome back to another video. Shabbat Shalom to all 12 tribes of YAHUAH, wherever your feet are touching the soil on this most Kadush Yom, on this separated day, on this day that YAHUAH set apart, and he reverenced it, he favored it, he put his favor upon this separated day, the seventh day, in worldly terms Saturday, the day that signifies rest, that signifies the end, the completion rather of Yahuwah's 6 days of creation, the 7-day creation week, a day that indeed identifies his covenant-keeping people, a day that separates his people, his children, his nation from the rest of the world, is the Shabbat. So Shabbat Shalom to you, to the elder brother Yehuda, that is none other than Yahuwah's covenant-keeping people, and to the younger brother Ephraim, to the former stranger, the former foreigner, who are now, via the Ruach of adoption, via our Messiah Yahusha coming and on the 9th hour being impaled upon the tree for a total of 6 hours, yielding up his breath, shedding his redemptive dam, spilling it upon the earth, his redemptive dam and his flowing waters, is now made privy to be grafted back into the olive tree of Yahusha HaMashiach, our Messiah, YAHUAH, and be made worthy of that gift of everlasting life, that inheritance that was indeed given to the 12 tribes of YAHUAH and to YAHUAH alone. So Shabbat Shalom to you. I am Alessandro Ban YAHUAH, and this is my dude, meaning uncle, Enzo. Barak YAHUAH, Barak YAHUAH. Welcome to Eat Spiritual Bread, where we do just that, we eat spiritual bread. So this is a continuation, Destination Tzyun, part 5. Today's title is The Journey Begins. Remember the Shabbat. Remember the Shabbat. This is a continuation. Last week we talked all about the truth in the name of YAHUAH, Yahusha HaMashiach. YAHUAH being our father, Yahusha being also our father, our Messiah, who came in the likeness of man but in his own flesh and blood. We talked about the fact that calling upon the name of YAHUAH and no other name but the name of YAHUAH, Yahusha HaMashiach, is indeed the beginning of your journey, the beginning of each of our journeys upon that straight and narrow path to come into covenant with the Father. We talked about how it is indeed knocking at the door by way of crying out to YAHUAH, to Yahusha HaMashiach, and not these false pagan names like JOD or JC. Today we're going to talk all about entering through that door, entering into covenant with our Father Yahuwah, and how we do that, which is to no spoiler, to no surprise, by keeping the Sabbath day separated.
Exactly. It's sort of the one of the first rungs of a ladder.
Yes.
Right? The ladder is to reach the Shamayim. So you can't jump 2 or 3 rungs at a time. You must start the first rung.
Yeah.
And work your way up.
Yeah, actually that's perfect. It's like calling upon the name of Yahuwah is reaching for that first run, yes. But then stepping on it and coming up is the Shabbat, keeping the Shabbat. Perfect.
That's what we're following.
Yeah. So we have a lot of precepts to get through today. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you are though. This is super important, and this video goes out to those who are indeed already calling upon the name of YAHUAH. If you're not yet come to the name of YAHUAH, you're a video ahead. You need to go back. You need to go back to all the way to part 1. There's only a few parts. Part 4, which is last week's, talked all about the name. We place importance on that part as well, that you watch that. If you're going to watch any other video of ours, please watch that one. But otherwise, if you've got the name and you are indeed climbing that proverbial ladder to want to be separated to Yahuwah, be in covenant with Yahuwah, this video is for you. The Shabbat is the most important. It truly does separate Yahuwah's children from the rest of the world. It separates us. So with that being said, we're going to start at our first precept, which is indeed a bit of it. We'll just set the theme for this video, keeping the Shabbat. Yahu 6:16. You should be familiar with this. We read it last week. Jeremiah, Yahu 6:16. Barak YAHUAH.
This says Yahuwah, stand in the path and see
C.
And ask for the old path.
Ask for the ancient path.
Where is the good way?
Where is the good way?
And have your walk in it.
Have your walk in it, in that path, in that ancient narrow path.
You don't just find a path and stay there, sit on a stool and stay there. No, you have to work. That's what works means.
Yeah.
To walk in it.
Yeah, walk in that way.
You have to get to the narrow gate. So YAHUAH puts you on a path.
Yeah.
It's up to you to walk it.
Yeah.
And to reach your destination.
100%. Destination Tzyun. Exactly. Remember the Shabbat.
And look at this. And you shall find rest for your beings.
Find rest for your beings. Rest. Keyword rest. Shabbat meaning rest. The seventh day of rest. We're about to read in Genesis chapter 2, the creation week, that it indeed is a day of rest. That it was a day of rest before Adam, before man even existed and spoke with YAHUAH. YAHUAH had already sanctified this day as a day of rest.
All right, and you shall find rest in your beings. But they said, we will not walk in it.
They said, we will not keep the Shabbat. They said, instead, we will go to CHURCH on SUN Day. We're going to talk a little more about that whole leaven of the Pharisees a bit later. But indeed, they said, we will not walk in it. We will not keep the Shabbat.
These are Yehudi. They were Jerusalem, which was the two tribes, Yehuda and Levi. So even Yah's people. Yeah,
even Yah's own people.
They deflected.
They said we will not walk in that way. Key theme being to remember the ancient path, remember the ancient way. The Shabbat is the ancient way. The Shabbat has been the way since the week of creation, since creation itself, since YAHUAH created this flat plane aratz. So with that being said, we're going to turn to our next precept that is none other than Barashit, then Genesis chapter 2 verses 1 through 3. Read.
So the heavens and the earth were finished, and all their hosts.
Finished. 6 days of creation complete.
And on the sixth day, YAHUAH ended his work.
He ended his work on the sixth day. Ended, done. Work was indeed being done on the sixth day, then it finished.
All right. And he rested.
And he rested. He rested.
On the seventh day.
On the seventh day. On the Shabbat. On Saturday for worldly terms.
From some of his, from all of his works.
You got me there, Zio. From all of his works.
That he had made. He,
YAHUAH.
And YAHUAH favored the seventh day.
He favored the seventh day. He separated the seventh day. He reverenced it.
And separated it, yes. Because in it, he had rested from all his work that YAHUAH created and made.
There we go. Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. So just like that, we're given the seventh day, a day of rest. We know it's separated because it says there that YAHUAH indeed separated. He favored it. And we have a description of what indeed it is we should be doing on that day, which is to rest from our work. 6 days you shall labor, but on the seventh you shall rest. You shall keep it separated and indeed spend it as a time to remember and to just count your barakas, your gifts, that is having breath in this world, that is having the beautiful blue sky, the sun, the refreshing waters, the vibrant green trees. We remember on this day, on this separated day, of the gifts that YAHUAH has brought us being in this world. All right. Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. So our next precept, we're going to look at Exodus, none other than Exodus Shamut, chapter 15, verse 22. This is indeed, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. We're going to timestamp right now where we are, where we are getting a bit of an idea of when YAHUAH gave that first commandment of the Shabbat officially, because when on the seventh day of creation, on the seventh day, the rest day after 6 days of creation, YAHUAH favored it, but he didn't actually give it yet as a command to to us, to anyone. There weren't any people to give that command.
I would say that Adam, no, he did give it to Adam.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course.
Adam, all the patriarchs, they all kept it.
Yeah.
Kept it.
They kept it. They knew it was the seventh day.
It was a day of rest, and they kept it. And if you read in the Cave of Treasures, it's a story about Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Extra books.
The extra book, yeah. That's
clearly says that
they keep the Sabbath.
Kept the Sabbath.
Yeah.
And they brought offerings on that day.
Yeah. Actually, you corrected me. That's right. Yeah. Now we're going to get an idea of, I guess then in that case, YAHUAH reintroducing.
Because they forgot.
Shabbat, because they forgot it. That's what I was trying to get at. That's right.
That's correct.
Spot on. All right, Rick.
So Moses brought Yasharal from the Yam Suf, which is
from
the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur.
Yep.
Sure. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water.
Yeah, okay. So Yasharal being enslaved in bondage by the hands of Pharaoh, by the hands of Egypt. Everyone's familiar with this. 430 years. 430 years. We don't know if that's exact or just a figure that's put here in scripture, but 430 years enslaved in the hands of Pharaoh. They've now just been freed. They have indeed cried out and been freed. 7 plagues to come upon the 10 plagues to come upon the Arats or Mitzrayim, Egypt, to finally free them, from the hands of bondage. They've now come through the Yam Suf, the Red Sea being parted, and that's where we are. So pray you get the context of what's going on here when we read our next precept, which is indeed Shamut. We're going forward a few chapters. Just one chapter. Exodus 16, 4-5.
All right. Then said YAHUAH to Moses,
yes.
See, I will rain bread from the heaven.
He will rain bread from the heaven. They had no food. YAHUAH provided the living lacham, the living bread.
And the people shall go out and gather a certain amount every day.
Every day they gather that bread.
That I may test them.
That YAHUAH may test them. He's now about to set for us, for his children, a test.
Whether they will have their ways in my Torah or not.
Self-explanatory. Whether they will have their ways in YAHUAH and his covenant or not. It's not. So now we're speaking Torah. We're speaking legalities. We're speaking the law that YAHUAH is setting.
Instructions, yeah. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare.
On the 6th day, Friday for worldly terms, they shall prepare.
Prepare that which they bring in.
And
it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
Twice as much on the 6th day.
Yeah. So notice it doesn't mention cooking.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
We've come to an understanding that you can cook on the Sabbath.
Yes, of course you can cook.
Because what was it, the 6th day? It's about gathering. There was a story of the man that got caught on the Sabbath for picking up sticks.
Yeah.
Why did he get stoned?
He was gathering.
He was gathering on the 7th day.
Sweating, picking up those sticks. Sweating. Yeah. YAHUAH didn't sweat on the 7th day of creation. Yeah. He rested.
Anyway.
Yeah. Right. And we'll read just a little bit further on. Actually, I think we're about to read it. Exodus, same chapter, 16, verse 22 to 30. You know what? Let's just read it. You'll get what I'm going to say.
All right. And it came to pass.
Yes, it came to pass.
That on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread.
Yes, indeed.
2 omers for one man.
Yep.
Which is a weight.
Yep.
And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said to them, this is that which YAHUAH said.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the rest of the set apart Sabbath.
Tomorrow is the rest of the separated Sabbath. This is the 6th day. Tomorrow is the rest. The 7th day, Shabbat, is the rest.
Bake that which you will. Bake today.
Bake what you will today. A laborious 3-4 hour process of baking. All right, that's different to cooking. I pray you get the context here. It's different to cooking.
And cook what you will cook.
Cook what you will cook.
And that which remains left over, store up for yourselves until the morning.
Until the morning. That which you've spent hours laboring, sweating. It says cook here, but we know that it's talking about the process of cooking manna, cooking bread, which is a laborious process, which indeed you shouldn't be doing on the Sabbath.
It might have been like a porridge.
The way we cook now is indeed different. We prepare everything on that Friday, on that Yom Shishi, on that sixth day, that preparation day. The next day, having everything ready, we then pop the pan on, and in 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes, our big feast is cooked, is warm, is enjoyable. All right, YAHUAH still wants us to enjoy, to celebrate on this seventh day, a most separated, a most Kadosh day.
So some I'm just interceding. There are some that say that verse says that you got to cook. If you eat meat, you got to prepare it and boil it and do that. But they miss one thing. They only had manna. It's referring to manna. Manna only. So what did they bake? What do you do with manna? You just eat it like that?
No.
Or you can bake it. You can make cakes out of it. You can make porridge out of it.
Labor intensive.
So that's what YAHUAH was saying. To do that, prepare it so that the food is ready for the next day.
Indeed, yes.
All right, I will move on. And they stored up until the morning, as Moses commanded, and it did not stink. Neither was there any worm inside. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Shabbat, a Sabbath to YAHUAH. Today you shall not find it in the field. All right, 6 days you shall gather it. Notice, gather it. But on the seventh day, which is the Shabbat, in it there shall be none. No gathering.
No gathering.
No gathering.
Seventh day, no gathering.
Because YAHUAH didn't provide it on that day.
No.
Right? And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day.
So some people chose to not be in the way of YAHUAH, go out.
They wanted extra.
Yeah, they wanted extra. They did not reverence the day that YAHUAH favored.
Together, and they found none.
They found none.
And YAHUAH said to Moses, how long do you refuse to keep my commandments?
How long, Ephraim?
And
how
my
long?
Torah?
How long you that chooses to go to CHURCH on Sunday, but not take heed to this important message of the Shabbat, of the seventh day of worldly terms, Saturday being set apart? How long? How long?
That was a simple command. YAHUAH said, just don't go gather on the... On
the Sabbath.
On the day.
Don't gather. Keep it set apart. Keep it as a day of rest.
When in this year and out the other year.
How long? How long, Ephraim?
I'll move on. See that YAHUAH has given you the Sabbath.
He has given you, us, the Sabbath.
Yes. Therefore, he gives you on the sixth day the bread for 2 days.
He provides. Take note here that YAHUAH provides your portion for the Sabbath. YAHUAH will sort everything out. If you're usually working on the Sabbath, but you make that choice to keep it set apart, keep it separated, keep it Kadosh, YAHUAH will provide. He'll provide you an extra worker for that day. He'll provide you even bigger jobs throughout the week that'll pay off what you would have missed on the Sabbath. YAHUAH will sort it out. Similarly, YAHUAH will always. How many times has it been that we've wanted to get these beautiful olives or something, a nice wine, and all week we can't find it, but then on the sixth day, Friday, preparation day, it's sitting there at the store waiting for us. It's just freshly come in. YAHUAH always provides.
He takes care of everything. All you got to do is ask him for 1 day out of 7. To give to him 1 day out of 7.
That's all he asks.
That's easily done.
Easy one.
And all your 6 days will be favoured.
Oh yeah, barakah.
Because you give him 1 day. Pretty fair.
Well said.
I accept that.
Fair trade. I accept that one. Praise you.
All right. So he goes, yes, on the 6th day, bread for 2 days. Abide every man in his place. Notice that. It doesn't say CHUR.
Go to his place.
Go to your denomination.
Abide every man in his four corners. His place.
Look, let no man go out of his place on the 7th day.
No man. No man go out.
I always used to ask why. Why was that? Because that's a witness.
Yes.
You are staying home, resting on the Sabbath. Your neighbours, wherever we are now scattered, they see that you do that, and they'll take
it's a witness.
Why are they resting a day? Why? And then you say it's the Sabbath.
Exactly. Praise your Lord. That's wonderful.
Alright.
Alright. Next precept. Barak YAHUAH. Get the context here. They've just come out of the Yam Suf. They've just come out of Egypt, Mitzrayim, a house of bondage, 430 years. They've just come out of wickedness, evil, slavery. Through the Yam Suf, they've been immersed through the waters of the Red Sea, and shortly after, YAHUAH, pretty much straight away after, YAHUAH has given them the Sabbath, has re-commanded them to keep this set-apart day. Know the importance here, understand the context here. This is the day that separates YAHUAH's covenant-keeping people from the rest of the world, from Egypt, from the place of bondage, of wickedness, which is now indeed the whole world.
Yeah, no, this is on Mount Sinai, on Shabbat, which is Pentecost, but it's Shabbat.
Yeah,
when
Shavuot, Feast
gave
of Weeks.
him his Torah.
Yeah.
He proposed to them, and he said, these are my laws.
Yeah,
so
Exodus
they
20.
were already keeping them, but they forgot them. So he had to give them to them again.
Yeah.
We won't read all the commandments, but we'll just read.
So again,
Exodus 20.
Shortly after what we just read there, them being reintroduced to the Shabbat, now indeed YAHUAH's children, having been freed from the hands of Pharaoh, gathered Mount Sinai, to be, just like Zio said, to be given, reintroduced the commandments. Exodus 20, Shamut 20, we're going to read just specifically the Shabbat commandment, which is indeed the fourth commandment. We'll talk about the significance of that. So Exodus 20, Shamut chapter 20, verses 8 to 11. Barak YAHUAH.
All right. Emphasis on the first word. Remember.
Remember.
Why does YAHUAH say only this commandment? Remember. Because
Remember.
remember means you have forgotten.
You've forgotten.
Tells you to remember, it's because you have forgotten.
Yeah, or
that's
you will
written
forget.
in the word.
Yeah.
Remember the day, the Sabbath.
Remember the
Sabbath,
Shabbat.
to keep them as set apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Remember the Shabbat, to keep it set apart.
6 days shall you labor and do all your work.
Yep. Just like we read, YAHUAH labored 6 days.
And rested. But the seventh day is the Shabbat, the Sabbath of YAHUAH.
Yep, the Sabbath of YAHUAH. The seventh day is the Shabbat, is the favored day we read about in the week of creation, so at the completion. It's a day of completion.
He gave it to us, but it's his day.
Yeah.
It's his day.
Yeah.
In it you shall do no work.
No work.
You, nor your son, nor your daughter, your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger, nor a convert that is within your gates.
Yep. Barak YAHUAH.
For in 6 days YAHUAH made the heavens and the earth,
he did.
the sea,
he did.
and all that is in them.
Everything.
And rested on the seventh day.
Rested on the seventh day. Barak YAHUAH. Notice here it says, nor your manservant, nor your female servant. This means that if you're keeping the Sabbath separated as a set-apart day, you cannot not then go and pay someone else or ask someone else to do your work for you on that day. Understand the context here. It means that you reverence the day as set apart. So all things belonging or tied to you indeed also has to be set apart. Obviously, some of us business owners and things like that, that doesn't mean your whole business has to rest on that day. It just means, for instance, we've, been faced with the matter of, a car needing to be serviced on a set apart day. But no, you can't do that. You can't get anyone to do labor for you on this separated day. Personally speaking, personal labor that is speaking, etc.
If someone serves you,
and
getting paid, well, that's
different.
That's buying or selling, because it's you're serving. Right?
Exactly. No buying and selling. But indeed, remember that we are to be examples, living lights, living menorahs, meaning that the seventh day we keep as separated as possible. It means that if someone asks a big favor of you and it is labor intensive, they can only do it on the Sabbath. You have to explain, keep the day set apart. any other day, I'll come help you, but today is separated day. That's different to, we're going to read again, Yahushua himself in Matthew, in Matat Yahu, the Basora. We're going to read that. That's different to helping someone who's in need on the Sabbath. That's different to feeding the poor on the Sabbath. That's different. But indeed, in terms of worldly things, cars, buying and selling, shopping, organizing things, shopping, getting other people to shop for you. No. This is all things that we give up, that we abstain from on the Shabbat, on the most Kadosh.
A day of rest.
Day of rest.
All right. Therefore, Yahuwah favored the Sabbath day.
Yep.
And separated it.
Yep. Barak Yahuwah. Something to proverbially chew on a little bit. Something to proverbially chew on here is that the fourth commandment is the Shabbat. We just read that's the fourth commandment. Interestingly enough, the Hebrew alphabet, the first alphabet to ever be created, we get the fourth letter being Daled, which is representative of a door. Yahuwah is a father of order. He's a father of order. He's a father of appointed times. He's giving us this most separated, this most important, separated, fixed, appointed time, being the Sabbath, as the fourth commandment, meaning that it is indeed the Daled. It is indeed the door to covenant with him, to everlasting life.
Yeah, and you'll notice that time was set in motion on the fourth day.
Yes.
It's the sun, moon, and stars, fourth day.
Yes.
Right? And then you count four from that is the Sabbath. Yeah. You think Yahuwah's giving
including that fourth day.
He's giving you a clue.
Yep. 4
and 4. The number 4 is important. The fourth commandment. It's just the seasons. They start on the fourth day. So this fourth day is important as well. It is. I believe that Yahushua was born on the fourth day as well. We don't know exactly, but we know
he was impaled.
He was impaled and died the fourth day.
The fourth day,
so many things
of the week.
The seasons begin on the fourth day, so it is an important number. Yahuwah's trying to promote that to us.
The Dalet, the
door. It leaves you clues.
Yeah, the Shabbat is indeed that door.
Basically, it is a commandment. You cannot take that out. You can't say, look, I don't kill anyone. I've never stolen anything.
I even call upon the name of Yahuwah.
There you go, yes. So it's a commandment.
Yes.
You just said if you break one of them, it's like you've broken all of them.
Yeah, not one jot or tittle.
The adversary, what do you think he's done? You used Constantine.
So indeed, the Roman Empire Constantine did go in. He's the one who created Catholicism. And he did go in and change in this beast system, changed the Shabbat to the first day, being worldly term Sunday, because he was indeed a sun worshipper. Correct. He took the Shabbat, made a decree throughout Rome and now the whole world to change the Shabbat, the day of set apartness, of separatedness, of rest, to Tzyun day, to promote sun worship, pagan sun worship.
Yeah, which led to Catholicism.
Yep.
Which led to Christianity.
Yeah.
If you're keeping that day, well, basically you're following Constantine.
Yeah, exactly. You're coming out of covenant with Yahuwah and into covenant with none other than Hasatan himself, than darkness. Because anything that takes away from Yahuwah, anything that takes Yahuwah's covenant people away from being in covenant is indeed death, is indeed Hasatan, is indeed being determined to the pit, the pit of burning fire. So again, understand here that this is actually literally a life or death situation. Okay. This is keep the Shabbat and be in covenant with Yahuwah, or be subject to death and to darkness. I know it sounds full on, I know it sounds intense, but you must take heed. Calling upon the name of Yahuwah is indeed that knocking, but the door must be opened and walked through. That is the Shabbat. You have to walk through the door. You have to walk through the door.
It's
obedience.
Of course. The reason we are in this mess is disobedience.
Yeah, disobedience.
So you have to turn back.
Did Yahuwah not say, how long? Musha, Moses, how long? All right, Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. we're now going to turn to the prophets to hear what they had to say about this most separated day. YAHUAH, Ezekiel chapter 20. The whole chapter here is about it. We're going to read sections of verses just for sake of time, because we have got a few precepts to get through. Starting chapter 20, YAHUAH chapter 20, starting at verse 6 to 7. YAHUAH.
All right. In the day that I lifted up my hand to them to bring them out of the land of Mitzrayim,
The
Egypt,
context, Yam Suf.
into a land that I had searched out for them.
YAHUAH, in that same day that we just read about, when Yahuwah's Yahuwah's children were taken out of the house of bondage, in that same day.
That I searched for,
Yep.
yes. Flowing with milk and honey,
Yep.
which is the esteem of all the lands.
The esteem of all the lands is what Yahuwah wanted to bring his children to.
Yeah, that means it's rich of fruits,
Oh.
everything. Then said I to them, cast away every man the abominations of his eyes.
Cast away your abominations, your lusts of the flesh, your idols, your CHURCH on Sunday.
And defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt.
Defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt, with the sun worshippers, the moon worshippers.
I am Yahuwah your Yahuwah.
I am Yahuwah your Lord.
The first commandment.
The first commandment.
Okay.
YAHUAH. We're going to skip down to now verse 11 to 13.
Correct.
YAHUAH.
All right, and I gave them my statutes and taught them my judgments.
We just read that. Remember the Shabbat, to keep it Kadush, set apart.
Yeah. Which, if a man does, he shall even live in them.
If a man does, he shall be subject to eternal life.
That's correct. Moreover, also, I gave them my Sabbaths.
Yep.
To be a visible sign between me and them.
Visible sign.
So, as I said before.
Exactly.
People see you keeping the Sabbath, it's visible.
Yeah. YAHUAH. Amazing.
That they might know that I am Yahuwah.
Yep.
That sets them apart.
Separates them. Yahuwah separates them. How? The Shabbat.
The Shabbat. But the house of Yasharal rebelled against me in the wilderness. That's what they did. They had their ways not in my statutes, and they despised my judgment.
They despised Yahuwah's right rulings. They despised the multiple people that Yahuwah sent to try and bring them back to that ancient path that we read about in Jeremiah 6:16, to that separated day, the fourth commandment, the Sabbath.
Which if a man does, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly defiled.
I wonder how. Was it perhaps worshipping the sun? Was it worshipping the moon? Was it
not gathering?
Gathering, buying and selling. Now, in more modern terms, completely forgetting that day, not even doing research into the correct day, the correct commandment of the Sabbath, but indeed falling victim to the doctrine of man and going to CHURCH on Sunday. We bring this up all throughout this video because that is indeed that was the pivotal point of Yahuwah's children forgetting the Sabbath.
That's how you defile it.
It's how you defile
it by not keeping it. It's defiled.
Even worse so, changing it to another day, thinking that you're reverencing it.
That's it. All right. Then I said I would pour out my anger upon them in the wilderness.
Rightfully so.
To consume them. So do you see the end result if you don't keep the Sabbath?
You get consumed by the fire, by the eternal pit. All right. Just a couple more verses here from this wonderful chapter 19 to 20.
All right. I am Yahuwah your Yahuwah.
Oh, yes, he is.
Have your ways in my statutes. And keep my judgments and do them.
Simple. Have your ways in his statutes and keep his right rulings, his judgments.
And set apart my Sabbaths.
Separate the Shabbats.
It means Sabbaths. Because the Sabbaths are also in the feast days.
Yes, including
in the feast days, Yahuwah's, they're called high Sabbaths. But there's the weekly Shabbat, and then there's Sabbaths in the feast. So when he says my Sabbaths, he's referring to
separate his appointed times. Separate it. If you're not keeping the Sabbath right now, take a moment, check yourself, and listen to what Yahuwah, your Creator, tells you to do. Separate my Sabbaths.
Exactly. And they shall be a visible sign between me and you, that you may know that I am Yahuwah your Yahuwah. So it's not just people see you keeping the Sabbath. It's a sign
between
YAHUAH and you.
Yeah,
so it's a sign.
Yep.
A sign. It's a mark.
Yep.
Like a mark.
Yep. Yep.
We've heard of mark of the beast.
Yep.
There's also a mark of YAHUAH. He's telling you that's what a sign is.
Yeah, 100%. This is what separates you and brings you into covenant with YAHUAH. All right, Barak YAHUAH. What's the next precept? Is that it? Yeah,
No,
that was it. Yeah, praise YAHUAH. Seventh precept. And none other than Matat Yahu, then the Bashura, the good news, Yahusha HaMashiach, Barak YAHUAH. Let's read what our Messiah, rather our Father, coming in the likeness of man, but in his own flesh and blood. Let's read what he had to say about this most separated Kedusha.
After Yahusha was here, or while he was here. So if he basically said, "Follow me," should we not do what he was doing?
Did he not say, "I am the way, the truth, and the life"?
And
what is the way, the truth, and life? Let's read.
All right. At that time, Yahusha went on the Sabbath, through the cornfields, and his Talmudim, disciples, were hungry and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat.
Pluck the ears of corn. Did it say they were gathering? They were gathering sticks. They were sweating laboriously.
No, they were hungry.
They were hungry.
But when the Prushim, which are the Pharisees, saw it, they said to him, "See, your disciples do that which is not proper to do upon the Sabbath." That's their laws.
That's, exactly.
But he said to them, "Have you not read what David did when he was hungry, and they that were with him?
Have you not read?
Yeah, how he entered into the house of the Master YAHUAH. And did eat from the bread
he did.
In the sanctuary.
The bread in the sanctuary.
The set apart bread, which was not permitted in Torah for him to eat.
No, it wasn't permitted.
Neither for them who were with him, but only for the priests. So only the high priests were able to eat that bread, because they set it aside 6 days and then they changed it every 7th day. All right. Or have you read that? Yes. Or have you not read in the Torah how that on the Sabbath the priests in the house of YAHUAH, the sanctuary, profane the Sabbath and are blameless. But I say to you that in this place is one greater than the house, the sanctuary, himself. He's saying himself.
Yahusha himself. YAHUAH in the flesh.
But if you had known what this means, I will have favor, mercy, and not sacrifice.
Be in covenant with YAHUAH, with Yahusha HaMashiach. This is what the Shabbat means. It's not to get into Torah specifics. It's not the 600 and however many laws. It is indeed being in covenant with YAHUAH and reverencing the commands he gave, not to gather, not to sweat laboriously. This is about resting. And none other. Dawood did indeed go and eat that bread. But did he defile the Shabbat? Did he come out of covenant with YAHUAH? No. These Pharisees, they were keeping the letter, but even the wrong. Now we look at the Pharisees these days. We know who they are. We don't have to mention them. But they're keeping the Shabbat from night to night. They are not in covenant with YAHUAH. They are not keeping it during the day. Did it not say there in Barashit, when we're going to read shortly, that we are children of light? That YAHUAH's creation week were first day, second day, third day. Did it not say on the 7th day? Not date, not day and night, but the 7th day he rested.
That word is yom.
Yes, yom.
Day.
Light. It means light. These Pharisees are the same Pharisees nowadays that are indeed keeping the wrong Shabbat night to night. Now, indeed, sometimes we have to climb that ladder in terms of building blocks, and we might start out keeping the Shabbat slightly wrong, but YAHUAH always leads us to truth. Yahusha now is saying, if you indeed understood that YAHUAH is the truth, that his word is the truth, not the doctrine of man, not the falsehoods of man.
While we're at it, I can testify. I can testify. When I started this journey, we ended up in the SDA church. And they just kept the Sabbath, sunset to sunset.
Pharisees
never questioned that. Then, after a year or so, my daughter was getting married. She's going to get married, right? And of all days, she picks Friday, forgive me, I always saying that, no? But the sixth day, which is Friday,
the preparation,
to get married evening. So I started panicking. I thought, in my being, I said, what do I do? Do I obey Yahuwah and don't go because I've been partying and
because Friday night is when the Shabbat would start.
Yeah, afternoons, all right.
Yep.
That's when I was keeping Shabbat.
Yep.
Oh, I struggled. I wrestled with Yahuwah. I cried out. I was almost, I know some of you will probably think I'm crazy, but I almost was going to say, Teresa, I can't come to your wedding.
This is the amunah. This
I
is
had the fear of Yahuwah.
The fear of Yahuwah. Exactly.
Right? You wouldn't
Unbreakable
believe.
trust in Yahuwah.
Just when the day that I was going to tell her this, right? The day before, the night before, I was watching a sermon or something, and the speaker that was there, he said, "Oh no, we keep the Sabbath during the day. It's the day."
The Yom.
Bing! A light bulb went in my head. Went off, right? And I said, "No!" I jumped with joy. Jump. That's what it means. The truth shall make you free.
Yeah,
I just felt free, and then I spent all hours and hours. I went looking for all this. When does the day start? When does the day start? And I was convicted.
Yeah,
I knew.
amazing.
I cried. I got on the floor. I cried to Yahuwah. I said, "Yahuwah, thank
Hallelujah.
you. Thank you." See, so He revealed it to me. In a way, He tested me as well, and to see who would I choose.
Yeah, like
right?
Abraham.
And then I knew. I
Amazing.
studied. That's the day. It starts in the day. So the adversary is clever. He's clever.
Woo-hoo.
So he's going. If you people, these denominations think they have some truth, but a lot of lies.
Yeah,
A lot of lies.
exactly. Yeah.
So he mixes it. You know. Yes. I have the analogy of the cyanide. Have I told you that? No.
Yes.
Yeah, I always say if you get 2 glasses of water, and I put a drop of cyanide in one of the glasses, and I put them in front of you, and tell you to drink. How do you know which one? You don't know because you can't see the cyanide. The same is what the adversary does.
Yeah, with
He
these
puts
denominations.
all these little things in there, like that they think they're keeping the Sabbath, but they are not keeping the Sabbath.
Day and night, separate covenants.
Because Yahuwah made a covenant. A covenant means this is the day, hours, this is the night. Separate. So you either keep the day, do something in the day, or you do something in the night.
Yeah.
So by you starting the Sabbath on the evening, you're breaking the covenant. You're not in covenant. You're mixing the two, which is not what Yahuwah said.
I always thought, why would you start the Sabbath by going to sleep?
That's what, and it never felt right. Never felt right.
Well, it's a day of rest.
And even preparing on the 6th day on the Friday afternoon.
Not cooking.
Imagine you work till 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
How can you go home,
impossible.
Clean the house, do the washing, go and get all the food,
Yahuwah does not bring burdens.
and cook it? It was a burden.
Yeah, the Shabbat is a delight.
Once we discovered that you can
delight.
prepare, you just gather on that day and you keep it. When you wake up in the morning, Sabbath morning, you can hear the birds singing, the sun rising.
Wow,
that's
Praise
the sun, the light appears, and you start
the
the day.
warmth.
Just common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll move on.
Yeah. Praise you, that's
Praise
beautiful.
Yahuwah. All right, so I will have mercy and not sacrifice. You would not have condemned the innocent. For the Son of Man is master even of the Shabbat.
The Son of Man, Yahuwah, Yahusha HaMashiach, is the master of the Shabbat, of the separated day. How do you become close with the Son of Man, with Yahuwah, with Yahusha HaMashiach? You keep the Shabbat, whom he is master of.
I'll just tell you on this. This verse is used by many in Christianity to say, look what it says. So they read it as saying that, I have to just follow JC. They call him JC. Follow JC. He's the master of the Shabbat, so I just follow him and I'm keeping the Sabbath. It does not say that.
No.
It does not say that. It says he's the master.
Get the
if
context.
you serve your master, what do?
Yeah.
You obey.
You obey his appointed fixed
and
time.
He tells you what to do. Keep the Sabbath day separate.
This is ridiculous.
And don't buy and sell and just stay at home. And that's it. Simple.
How could you ever? Does it not say remember the Shabbat? How are you remembering it? By forgetting it, by not keeping it. Ridiculous.
Move on.
Get the context here. Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. Now, to a truly faithful, truthful bud of that is servant of Yahuwah's, an apostle by the name of Barnabas, by the name Barnabas, meaning son of Nabah. He indeed was a Yehudi. He indeed was covenant keeping. He indeed was set. He was indeed set next to Shaul on their missions to go and preach the Bashura, the good news. Teshuva, turn from your wicked ways, come back into covenant, and be led to everlasting life. We're going to read, he's got a beautiful chapter all about the Shabbat, all about the Sabbath. Chapter 15, we're just going to read verses 1 through to 7.
These are apocryphal. They're called apocryphal
hidden,
books.
meaning
because
hidden.
It means hidden. That doesn't mean... So they've been hidden because they have the truth in them, obviously.
Why is it so many people know about Barnabas, but they don't know he has his own book? Because it's taken out of the scripture, of the Catholic and Christian scripture. It's taken out of the KJV, etc.
You can look them up and find a PDF or you get the RST and E.
Yep.
You know, and
made a video about it. Check it out.
Worth reading.
Restored scripture at its finest. Barnabas, chapter 15, verse 1 to 7.
All right. And moreover, concerning the Shabbat.
Concerning the separated day.
It is written in the 10 Commandments.
It is written.
The 10 words in which he spoke on Mount Sinai.
Yep.
Unto Moses face to face.
Face to face.
Set apart the Sabbath of YAHUAH.
Yep.
Well, he says
separated.
But the same thing. With pure hands and a pure heart.
Pure hands, a pure heart.
So it just doesn't mean just, I keep the Sabbath, but
no.
Then you go watch television or you go watch a movie.
As soon as
that's not having a pure
heart.
Go read, you know, go for a bike ride.
You should want to keep it as separated as possible.
That's what it means.
As separated as possible.
Pure hands.
Reading the scripture, having a nice feast, rejoicing. If you're by yourself, I kept the Shabbat for many months by myself when I was doing some solo traveling. If you're by yourself, take it as that time to rest, as that time to rejoice and spend a whole day worth of one-on-one time with none other than your master, YAHUAH, Yahushua HaMashiach. Barak Yahuwah.
All right, and a pure heart. And in another place he said, if my sons shall keep my Sabbath,
if they keep the Sabbath,
then will I place my favor, mercy upon them.
Then will he favor you.
All right. He speaks too of the Sabbath in the beginning of the creation.
Barak Yahuwah.
All right, and Yahuwah made in 6 days the works of his hands. And finished them on the 7th day. And rested on it. And sanctified it. Set it apart.
And set it apart.
Then he goes, consider, my children, what significance have these words?
Consider what significance has these words. I love the way Barnabas talks, don't you?
He finished them in 6 days. They mean this, he tells you what it means. That in 6,000 years, YAHUAH,
6,000 years,
YAHUAH will make an end of all things.
6,000 years. We're getting there. Destination Tzyun. Tzyun has been sighted. We're almost there. 6,000 years, almost to be complete.
For a day is with him as 1,000 years. I'm sure you've all heard
If you've read the scripture, you've heard it.
So what it's saying is, Yahuwah's telling us 6 days, 6,000 years, and then rest.
And then rest. Eternal rest. The eternal Shabbat. So, the eternal separated time we become one with Yahuwah. Praise the Lord. Amazing. Is that it? 7?
Oh no. And the words, he rested on the 7th day, have this significance.
Yes. We got a bit ahead of ourselves. Let's go.
After that, his son has come, Yahusha, and has caused to cease the time of the wicked one.
Caused to cease the time of Hasatan. Barak Yahuwah.
And has judged the unrighteous. And changed the Shamash, which is the sun. And the moon. And the stars.
The
luminaries.
So has all of this happened yet, or has it not? No.
Then shall he rest well on the 7th day.
Yes. Then shall we all, meaning all of Yahuwah's covenant-keeping people, rest well on the 7th day.
And further he said, you shall set it apart with pure hands and a pure heart.
Pure hands, pure heart, with the intention to want to serve and love your Father and no other intention.
That also means if you're unclean, you can't bring that to an unclean.
Exactly.
Sexual immorality or you know,
Yeah,
you
your
can't
temple
bring that
and
into
your being
Sabbath.
must be pure,
You must
clean.
present to yourself. Clean.
In accordance with Revelation 14, they are undefiled.
Physically and spiritually, you know, you come clean. Just like you wash yourself. At night,
physically,
you know, shower the water.
translate it spiritually.
You ask Yahuwah's living waters to come upon you, which are the Ruach.
Especially the preparation day, you always ask Yahuwah's Mayim of Kayim, purify you, that you be made clean and pure for the Sabbath day.
And then he goes, who therefore can set apart the day that Yahuwah has set apart?
Oh, who therefore can?
Unless, here we go, unless he is pure of heart.
Exactly.
Pure of heart.
Exactly.
In all things have we been deceived.
Wow, what a way to end it. In all things have we been deceived. Firstly, one more verse. All right, go read it.
Behold, that then indeed we shall be able to rest well and sanctify. Even when we ourselves, having been justified and having received the promise. When iniquity exists no longer, but when all things have been made new by Yahuwah.
Made new by Yahuwah.
The new, not
new.
Not heaven. We're not going to heaven.
Not going to heaven.
Not
going. Get the context here. Everything, the earth itself will be made new. Will be made pure and clean for his pure and clean children.
That's what we will be living with Yahuwah here.
With him, to rule with him.
The heavens are the home for the heavenly angel.
The Malachim. What worldly terms is the
when
angels,
Yahuwah makes it new,
messengers.
he will dwell with us. We will be his bride, his family. That's what he wants to do. His kingdom. All right, we shall then be able to sanctify it. So it means the Sabbath's still going to go. Eternity.
There will still be a Sabbath
eternal.
It's an eternal
so why
Shabbat,
would you
an
not,
eternal rest, eternal shalom. Peace.
Why would you not be keeping it now? Why?
Exactly.
It's rehearsals. We are rehearsing for the Sabbath rest, which is eternity. We will be resting. No more work, no more pain, no more sorrow. That's it. That is rest. I call that eternal rest.
Wow.
All right. We shall then be able to sanctify it, having been first sanctified ourselves. So you must be set apart. You're not going to get in there.
Exactly. You must bring yourself into that covenant first, all by the will of Yahuwah and all by the power of the Ruach HaKadosh, his set apart breath. But you must first reverence it, set it apart yourself, and then you will be able to set it apart for eternity in the eternal rest, the eternal Shabbat, everlasting life. Praise Yahuwah.
So we can see as we're going along how important is this, not to us, to Yahuwah, and what he's saying, how it's a set apart, and he tells you how to keep it. But then the Ruach, the set apart Ruach, the breath of Yahuwah, will guide you and lead you. Like I didn't, when we started keeping it, my daughter, I was sleeping most of the day sometimes. We used to go to SDA church and they have a lunch all together.
The hands and the heart were not yet clean, purified.
Everyone was eating food, and then there was no one talked about Yahuwah, no one talked about the sermon. I used to go, why? Why is this? And then they all went home.
Exactly.
They all went home.
They weren't
didn't
actually reverencing it.
That's not keeping the Shabbat. So in my being, I knew, and I started to question it, and then that's how it led to us coming out of that system and just keep it ourselves and the Ruach. Yahushua said that he will send the Comforter. And what would he do?
He'll lead you into all truth.
So that's who your teacher is. Your teacher is
the Word, Yahuwah.
The Word. He will
the Torah.
He will guide you. So your step is get out of the churches. Get out of what the pastors tell you immediately and call on the name. Start keeping the Sabbath.
Yes.
You watch
walk through that daled, that door. That
major
fourth
changes.
commandment.
Major
Remember
changes.
the Shabbat.
Spiritually and physically.
Barak Yahuwah, Destination Tzyun. Part 5, the journey does begin. Remember the Shabbat. All right, Barak Yahuwah. First, our next precept, we're moving along the line. It's no surprise here that we've done everything, or mostly chronologically, because indeed we know that throughout all of Scripture, meaning throughout all of history, the Shabbat has been covenant, a sign for Yahuwah's covenant-keeping people. It is Yahuwah's way to bring his people. It is that door, to keep his people
To
in
get into
covenant
what?
with him.
What do you get
Yeah,
into?
everlasting life.
Into his courts.
His
the sanctuary,
courts.
if you look at the pattern of the sanctuary, had a whole wall around it, one gate, one door. So once you enter, you are entering into Yahuwah's outer court.
Yeah.
And then you move into the set apart place.
Yeah.
And then Yahuwah himself is in the most set apart.
Yes, indeed, the most.
The door is Yahusha.
Yeah.
The door
Yahusha,
is
the way, the
Sabbath.
truth, and the
So
life.
also
The
is
Sabbath.
Because he tells you he is the master of the Sabbath. So what does that mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
That means
it means
the Sabbath.
indeed know our Father is to know the Shabbat,
that's
to
correct.
keep the
If you
Shabbat.
say you love him, if you love me, keep my commandments.
How many times
Can't
is it written
deny
in
that
Scripture?
one.
If you love me, keep my commandments.
move on.
Barak Yahuwah, wonderful letter of Shaul's, of Paul's, the Apostle Paul. You guys are all familiar, or should be all familiar with him. If you're not, I pray you read his letters. They're throughout all the Brit Hadashah, the New Covenant. 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 5 to 6. Chapter 5 to 6. Barak Yahuwah, let's read how to keep the Shabbat with pure hands and a clean heart.
You are all the children of light,
You are the children of light.
and the children of the Yom, the day.
The children of the day, the Shabbat, the day, to keep it with pure hands and a clean heart is indeed to keep it during the day, during the time of light, for we are children of light.
Yeah, and in mine it says it's a capital L, light.
Oh, yeah.
And who do you think that refers to?
Yeah,
I am the way,
yeah, Yahuwah,
the light,
Yahusha.
the light.
Yeah, amazing.
Light.
Barak
And-
Yahuwah, we are
and-
children of Yahushas, of Yahuwahs.
And the day, it says Yom, but it's a capital Y as well.
Yeah,
Light.
yeah.
He's referring to the Sabbath.
Yeah, the Sabbath day,
Sabbath.
the Shabbat
So,
day.
we are not of the night.
We are not of the night. We are not of the night.
Oh.
If it's good enough for Apostle Shaul, Apostle Paul, it's good enough for us.
Well, he's telling the Thessalonians
Yeah, he's telling them because
who they are,
yeah,
who they should be doing.
Yeah.
He said, so we are not of the darkness.
No.
Of the night, sorry.
We are not of the night
or of the dark.
or of the darkness.
So the night is darkness.
Yep.
The light is day.
Day
But
is Yahuwah, is
there's
Yahusha.
No capital D, no capital L here.
Yeah,
But
Barak
capital
Yahuwah.
L for light
Yep.
and capital Y for day. So
Yeah,
that's what that's
amazing. Praise Yahuwah.
Therefore, let us not sleep
Let us not sleep
as do others,
as do others.
but let us watch
Let us watch.
and be sober.
Be sober. Be sober. Have those
Drunkenness,
clean hands
spiritually
and that pure
drunken.
heart. Yeah, exactly.
Don't follow
Yeah.
traditions and
That
follow-
strong drink, that false false doctrine. Oh no. All right. Praise Yahuwah. Praise Yahuwah. We know we're children of light. We know that the Shabbat is indeed a covenant of itself. The same covenant is the covenant of the day. The day. We keep the Shabbat during the day. It's the seventh day. It's a separated day. It's a day of rejoicing, celebrating, of resting, of reverencing, of esteeming, of giving bulls of praise to Yahuwah. Barak.
All, if you try to summarize why we are here and what's going on in the world, it's the sons of light.
Yep.
This is before creation.
Yep, before
the sons of light were fighting against the sons of darkness.
Yeah.
two.
It's a battle. Light versus
two.
darkness.
It's two. That's like, you notice the
Keeping the Shabbat or you're
the
not
yin and
keeping
yang.
the
You
Shabbat.
see the symbol of the yin and yang.
Yep.
Right? There's a light and darkness, but what in the light there's a spot of black, and in the white there's a spot of error, wrong. No, that's the devil trying to say, you can be a little
bit of disorder with a lot of
oh,
order, or a bit of order with a lot of disorder.
Yeah. Some say, everything is good in life. Balance.
Keep a balance. Keep a balance.
There's no balance. It's light, darkness, truth, lies.
Yeah.
Everything.
Shabbat or CHURCH on Sunday.
That's it. They're your choices. So you make the choice.
Make
Which
that
one?
choice.
Everything is about the choices we make. Yahuwah cannot make you make a choice, as the devil cannot make you make a choice. But he can lead you in a corner, push you in the corner, say, you pick, but you
Make the choice. Make the choice.
Everything is your
You have
choice.
to bring yourself into covenant
Choose the Sabbath.
by way of the word. Choose the Sabbath.
And live.
Choose the Sabbath and live.
And live.
100%.
Yes,
Remember the Shabbat, the door, the Daled. Barak Yahuwah. All right. We just read previously. Barnabas, chapter 15. Now, Barnabas we believe to be the writer of Hebrews as well. Abarim, Hebrews. Let's read a little bit more about keeping that Shabbat indeed with clean hands and a pure heart. What is the Shabbat? Apologies, my phone died, cut off. Then we ended up going to Shabbat lunch to have lunch as a mashpach, as a family. We're back and we're straight into it. Abarim, that is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 9 to 11. Read.
There remains therefore a Sabbath keeping duty to the people of YAHUAH.
A Sabbath keeping duty to the people of YAHUAH. It is our duty to keep the Sabbath.
For the one that is entered into his rest, which is the Shabbat, he also has ceased from his own works.
Yes, the one who is keeping my separated day has ceased from his worldly ways, his worldly works, and now become a faithful, a truthful servant of YAHUAH's, setting apart the day that YAHUAH commanded us.
This is the kicker. As YAHUAH did from his. There you go.
Barak YAHUAH. If YAHUAH indeed rested on the seventh day, who are we to not rest on the seventh day? Are we equal or any better than YAHUAH? No, not indeed. All right, Barak YAHUAH. Halal, I pray that you guys are now getting an understanding on how important the Sabbath day is, and that if you're not keeping it yet, maybe you've just started your walk, maybe you've just come into the wonderful name of YAHUAH and our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, I pray you're now seeing the importance and planning to make that step that will indeed bring you into covenant.
Maybe you're Ephraim, but that's who it's for.
Ephraim, exactly.
Because you have to be in covenant. The Sabbath is a sign that you are in covenant with YAHUAH. Exactly. And you need to return and follow.
The whole reason our Messiah Yahushua says he came for the unrighteous, for the unrighteous. So
for the lost sheep.
Exactly.
So if they're lost, it means they were somewhere before, and they've gone astray. Now they return.
But they do indeed have a sheepfold to come back into that is being grafted
the
back
good shepherd.
Into the tree.
I am the good shepherd. So he has his sheep.
Exactly.
They hear his voice.
Praise YAHUAH.
All right,
let's move on. We're going to move to Ya'akub, that is James, chapter 2, verse 17 to 18. Continuing on with now the foundation, that is the Shabbat, that is YAHUAH indeed telling us as a commandment. He's instating lawfully as a commandment for us to keep the Shabbat if you are indeed his covenant keeping people.
Yes.
17. 17.
Even so, belief, which is, they say faith, but they say belief.
Belief.
If it has
trust.
not works, is dead. Being alone.
Being alone. If it has not works, belief. Who are you to say that you believe if you do not then back it up with works?
Yes, a man may say, you have belief and I have works.
You have belief, I have works.
And show me your belief without your works, and I will show you my belief by my works. There's a bit of difference.
Barak YAHUAH. So indeed, one can say, just as we just read, one can say they believe. Another can say, well, I have works. You indeed cannot be actively a believer in our Father YAHUAH, in our Messiah Yahushua, if indeed you do not have the works to back up that belief. There's a massive thing going around in many different denominations, actually not just Catholicism, mostly Christianity, but there's a big thing about Yahushua came and he was impaled, they say, JC, was impaled upon the tree, and now he is our Torah. He is our Redeemer. He's redeemed us. by unmerited favor, or they say grace, and that's it. But do you not hear what it is written? This is the Brit Hadashah. This is the new covenant where we're hearing firsthand by Yaqub, a truthful Talmid of Yahuah's, a truthful disciple of Yahuah's. We are hearing firsthand that if you do not have indeed have the works to back up your belief, your trust, belief, the root word for belief, do some research. I pray you do some research. The root word for belief is trust, is trust. How can you trust in your Creator? How can you trust in your Father if you are not keeping the commandments that He gave you? You cannot. You are not a believer if you do not have the works to back it up. Do you want to touch on the legalism factor of this? How people say,
yeah, well, this, as you know, this book here, this book of this James one, is very contentious. A lot of the denominations won't read it.
The
pastors won't read it because it's basically,
they'll dismiss it because
James
it's
is all
proving
about,
them wrong.
It's all about the Torah, keeping the Torah, but they don't like that one. So let's not read that one. Put under the rug. You know? But basically, what to sum it up is, when you follow Yahuah and you have belief, it's that belief that makes you keep the Torah, not to be saved, but because you are saved. Because we are redeemed, then it's that belief that leads us to keep the Torah, because
to be
it's
obedient.
Obeyed.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
obeyed. You just have to obey. So throw legalism. That word doesn't even exist in your scriptures. No such word as legalism. It's another deception of the devil. And look, I just looked on the other side of the page, and my eye went to this verse. It says,
122.
Verse 22. But be doers of the Torah, which is the law, the instructions, and not hearers, only deceiving yourself.
Deceiving yourself.
You see what he's saying? Basically, there you go.
Indeed. If you say you have belief, but you don't back it up with the works, you are only deceiving yourself by thinking that you're in covenant when you're not, because you're not keeping the requisites that are indeed given by Yahuah for His covenant keeping people. There's a checklist that Yahuah does indeed have for each of His covenant keeping people, and if you don't have the works that tick off that proverbial checklist, you are not in covenant with Him.
And did not Yahushua's own words, he said that we are to do the works of Abraham?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what are the works of Abraham?
Torah.
There you go.
Instructions, being obedient.
He obeyed, and he did what the Father told him. And he was tested 10 times.
Exactly.
And he passed each test.
Amazing. Because above all, he had belief, but he backed up those beliefs with works. Barak Yahuah. Hallelujah. All right, we're now going to turn to a wonderful book, indeed, a wonderful book. That is Jubilees, Jubilim. Otherwise, greater detailed account of Barashit, of Genesis. So now, and then also through to Exodus as well. Now we're going to, again, look at what is the Torah, the instructions behind the Shabbat, the wonderful Shabbat, the wonderful separated day that Yahuah gave for us, that He reverenced, that He kept as a set-apart day. So who would we be to not also keep it as a set-apart day?
As a reference, Jubilees means Jubilee year was the 50th year. Every 50th year, which Yahuah said to command, they had to count 7 sevens, which are 49. So and 49 years, then they started again, but that year was called the year of release. That's the year of 50. When Yahushua stood up and he read from Yeshayahu, that's what he said. This is the year of release. So
otherwise redemption.
And again, we see the number 7. 7, the 7, which is the Sabbath. He always used it in many instances. All right, let me move on.
It's said in the Tahalim, the Psalms, that He is a Yah of order, Yahuah of order. All right, Jubilees chapter 2, verses 17 to 21.
Oh, and also these Jubilees was given by the Malachim was speaking it to Moshe. And he wrote it. So they were speaking. So
this is straight from the heavenly Malachim, or what you otherwise know as angels.
Hear His word. Here,
listen.
All right.
Here, Shema.
All right. So this is them saying, and He gave us a great sign, the Shabbat day.
A great sign, the Shabbat day.
right? That we should work 6 days, but keep Shabbat on the 7th day from all work. Right?
From
Now
all
listen.
work. Keep it from all
And
work.
all the messengers, heavenly messengers of the presence. Whose presence? In front of Yahuwah.
Whose
Right?
presence?
And all the messengers of the set apartness.
Yep.
All the other messengers.
The separated messengers.
So all
in the
all-
Shamayim,
that's
in
correct.
the
We
heavens.
call angels, but they're
Yeah.
not, right? These two great classes, so there are two great classes. He has told us to keep the Sabbath with him
Yep.
in the heavens
In the heavens
and on the earth.
and on the earth. Barak Yahuwah.
So, yeah, so there is a time. So wouldn't you want to be keeping it at the same time?
At an appointed
So they are
fixed
keeping
time
it, we are
every
keeping
week. As we keep the Sabbath, so they are in the Shamayim keep the Sabbath. This is the bond of covenant. Just as the heavenly Malakim, otherwise what you know as angels, keep the Sabbath, in indeed covenant with Yahuwah, so we can be in that same covenant, that covenant of everlasting life on the earth, while we prepare, while we wait for our Messiah Yahushua's return, by keeping the Sabbath.
Sabbath, all right.
That is the sign of covenant.
Covenant, that's all right. And he said to us,
Yes.
now, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from among all the peoples, and these shall keep the Shabbat.
Wow.
The Sabbath day, and I will sanctify them
Yep.
unto myself as my people,
Wow.
And will-
Separatedness.
and will favor them
Yeah, we'll
Barakah
favor
them.
them. Barakah them.
as I have sanctified the Sabbath day.
Wow.
Exactly.
Praise
Exactly.
Yahuwah. That's
and
amazing.
do sanctify it unto myself.
Wow.
Even so will I favor them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their YAHUAH. So this is an eternal thing.
Yeah, an eternal thing.
And I have chosen the seed of Jacob, which is Jacob,
Yep.
from all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn.
Firstborn receives the inheritance.
Inheritance.
Firstborn indeed is in covenant, keeping the Shabbat
That's correct. And have sanctified him unto myself forever.
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 Forever and ever.
And listen to this, last one. And I will teach them the Sabbath day, and that they may keep the Sabbath on it from all work.
Oh.
Interesting.
Get the context here. Get the context here. Yahuwah said he will teach us the Shabbat day. He gave us the word. All right, one more verse. Go
keep
read.
going. All right. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should keep the Sabbath.
Yep,
With
a
us,
sign.
With us on the seventh day. There you
With
go.
the heavenly
And
Malakim
look.
on the seventh day, altogether one covenant.
There, to eat and to drink
Eat and drink.
all things as he has favored
All
Barakah,
things.
and sanctified unto himself a peculiar people above
That's
all people.
us. That's us. A
Peculiar
peculiar people.
And that they should keep the Sabbath together with us.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
So keeping the
Barak
Sabbath
Yahuwah.
is keeping it with Yahuwah and his heavenly mind.
Indeed. Indeed.
Amazing is that.
Yeah, Barak
How amazing is that?
Yahuwah.
See?
Take heed here, guys. Take heed. Take heed. The Sabbath is indeed for Yahuwah's separated. He's otherwise, for other words, chosen people. His chosen people, a peculiar people, a people that get looked at, and people question, oh, well, why is it they're keeping this seventh day set apart? Well, it doesn't say that in my KJV Bible, or it says a different version of it, or whatever. That is indeed the sign that Yahuwah has come to give us. That seventh set apart day, that others that aren't in covenant, that aren't his chosen people, that aren't of the seed of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Yasharal, that they are not keeping it. They are not keeping it, nor are they meant to keep it. So ask yourself this. Do you now sit and ask yourself this question? Do you want to be a child of Yahuwah's, or a child of indeed Hasatan, the adversaries, the darkness? Because as we mentioned earlier in this video, there is either light or death. Darkness, Yahuwah or Hasatan. Light or death, Yahuwah or Hasatan. Yahuwah and light is life, is that eternal Shabbat. Is rehearsing the seventh day, the Shabbat, every week, like we just read, to be separated. Darkness is indeed not keeping that set apart day. indeed not being separate, not being peculiar, not having any not having any similarities to the Malachim above. It's being away. In fact, having similarities to pagans, to people, pagans of the world, people of the world. Exactly. So you make that choice now, please. I beg you, because it's a choice that's indeed going to save your life. It's going to save your life, because it is life. As my uncle just said, it's life or it's darkness, death. Otherwise,
it's not just the Sabbath, but it's the Sabbaths, which we will cover in the next topic, is the feast days.
Which
as well. The Sabbaths in them. So yes.
Barak YAHUAH. Why we place importance on last week's video, the truth being in his name, and then this week's being the Sabbath, is because once you have the name and once you're in covenant by keeping the Sabbath, just in accordance with the words of our Messiah Yahushua, the Comforter being Yahushua, being the Ruach HaKadosh, the set apart breath of our Father, will lead us to all truth. Will lead us to all truth. You have to make that action to seek. Now you find out about the Sabbath. Okay, well, what are the feasts? If I'm keeping the Sabbaths, what are the feasts, etc. But once you do make that leap into covenant, that choice to serve your Father by keeping this day, the seventh day, the Shabbat, set apart, you will just feel the importance of it and the power above all else that comes with it. Did we not just read that he favors his separated people who keep the Shabbat? You will feel that favor and you will want to keep going. That's true belief right there. That's belief by your works.
That's correct.
Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. All right. The final book with just a couple precepts that we're going to cover now is indeed Tzyun, indeed Revelation, indeed the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach that was given to Yehukanon, his Talmid, his disciple. A revelation that is indeed end times, that is indeed what is already beginning to unfold and what will come to completion as our Messiah Yahushua returns, gathers his 144,000 in accordance with Revelation 14, which we'll read, takes us on to Mount Tzyun, and indeed gives us that seal of the living Elohim, the seal that will mean that we have no more option to transgress. We are separated, set apart to Yahuwah's forever, for eternity. And that's what you want to be a part of, the 144,000, none other than the tribe of Yehuda, his set apart people. And they indeed, believe me, they indeed keep his Sabbath.
Of course.
All right, let's read Tzyun, Revelation. We're going to start at chapter 3. We're going to read two precepts from chapter 3. First being chapter 3, verse 11.
All right.
Read.
See, I come quickly.
He comes quickly.
Hold fast to what you have.
Hold fast to what you have.
That no man takes your crown.
That no man takes your crown. Hold fast to the Sabbath I have given you. Remember the Sabbath in accordance with the fourth commandment, that no man takes your crown. That no man tells you anything other than keep the Shabbat.
That's correct.
Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. That's the truth. That's the truth. Hallelujah. All right. Verse 22. Is it verse 20? All right. 3 verse 20.
Another see. See, I stand at the door.
He stands at the door and knocks.
If any man hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and will dine with him and he with me.
Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH.
What's the door?
Yep, the door is indeed the Daled, is indeed the Shabbat. The Shabbat. Yahuwah stands at that door and knocks. If you open that door, spiritually speaking, if you come into covenant with him, otherwise keeping the Shabbat, if you come into covenant by keeping the Shabbat with him, he will indeed dine with you, dwell with you, and you with him. His separated breath will enter you, and you will dwell with him in an eternal fashion, meaning that you're separated, you're kadosh unto him. He shows favor to you, as indeed a husband shows favor to a bride, or as indeed a father shows favor to his son. His gifts are great and are incomprehendibly deep. All he asks is that we be obedient in keeping this day separated, in calling upon his true name, YAHUWAH, Yahushua HaMashiach, in rebuking other false doctrine, Greek doctrine, in keeping our temples clean for him to dwell within, meaning eating clean foods, abstaining from unclean foods, meaning keeping his feast days as well as his Shabbats, of course. Just keeping his general statutes, his right rulings, walking uprightly in the path of tzedakah, in the path of righteousness, and teshubering, to turn, which means to turn from the path of wickedness, is all he asks. It sounds pretty simple to me. I know it might seem to, you who might be new here, that it's a bit of, a word vomit, but it's nothing of the likes. It's just speaking righteousness. It's speaking Torah. It's speaking the words that our Father gave us, which is indeed greater than fine gold, greater than choice silver. Barak YAHUAH. All right, final precept. Let's finish this. What is the ultimate benefit? I know we said earlier we don't do this for benefits, but we know that with being obedient in our Father comes great benefits, eternal benefits and gifts. What is it that we're striving for? What is destination Tzyun? Let's read Hazun. You should all be familiar with this by now. Chapter 14, verses 1-5. Read.
And I looked and saw
Barak YAHUAH, a lamb, Yahusha,
stood on Mount Tzyun, and with him 144,000 Israelites, having his name and his father's name written on their foreheads.
Keeping the Shabbat.
Yes, correct. And I heard a voice from the heavens, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers playing with their harps.
Yep.
And they sang, as it were, a new song.
New covenant.
Before the throne and before the four creatures and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
Who kept the Shabbat.
Who were redeemed from the world.
Yes, redeemed from the world.
And these are those who were not defiled with women.
Not defiled with women.
For they are virgins.
They are virgins spiritually.
These are those that follow the Lamb wherever he goes.
Did we not read in Matthew that Yahusha indeed kept the Shabbat?
Exactly.
These are those who follow the Lamb wherever he goes.
Even Shaul and
yes,
the disciples.
Of course. They all did.
So wouldn't logically tell
we also
should
keep them.
After that.
And anything else is a deception, and you're only deceiving yourself.
Perfect. All right.
Barak YAHUAH.
These were redeemed from among men.
Among men. Separated from among men. From among those who don't keep the Shabbat.
Yeah. Being the Bakurim, which is first
fruits.
To Yahuwah and to the Lamb.
And to the Lamb.
And in their mouth was found no guile.
No guile.
For they are without fault.
Woo.
Not were. They are. They are. Present tense.
They are.
Without fault before the throne of Yahuwah.
Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. Barak YAHUAH. They are without fault before the throne of Yahuwah. Otherwise meaning they are definitely, they're keeping all these commandments, statutes, and judgments. All the commandments, statutes, and judgments found within this beautiful word. But they are most certainly, just to bring it into layman's, bring it into plain terms, they are most certainly keeping the 10 commandments. The fourth commandment being indeed to keep the Shabbat separated, set apart. The seventh day, again for worldly terms, Saturday, set apart. Set apart. Yahuwah's always had a covenant-keeping people. Go back, I beg you, go back to part 1 of this series and watch. He's always had a covenant-keeping people. The Shabbat, the seventh day, the order of it, the fixed appointed time has never changed. It's never, ever changed. You've either been in covenant or you have not been in covenant. Make the choice now, because that choice will save your life. Choose the light, leave the darkness. Teshubah, turn from your wicked ways and walk in the way of our Father, the way, truth, and life of our Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, in this season. Keep the Shabbat.
Just as a broad outline of where we're at.
Yes.
Let's go back to when Yahuwah took his people out of Egypt.
Yes, just as we read.
Let's look at
chronologically. Let's look at the journey.
Right, he sent Moses. They forgot about Yahuwah, and they were slaves.
Yeah, 430 years.
Egypt represents the world now.
Yeah,
Egypt is the world.
Yeah, slavery,
so Yahuwah sent them
system,
to Pharaoh, and he said, "Who?" So he gave them the name. He told them
Yahuwah. They got the name. Yahuwah is his name.
Yahuwah. So then, through all the plagues and all that, they were till stiff, but they got to know his name.
Yeah.
The whole world knew what was
Yeah,
going on.
yeah,
in
yeah,
Egypt,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he got his name, he took the people out, right? What did they
By
do?
his strong hand.
What did they do? Yes, they went through the waters.
Through the
They were
Yam Suf, the
immersed.
Red Sea.
That represents immersion.
Immersion. They
So
got
first,
the name and
the
they
name,
were immersed.
Immersion. Then where did they land? As soon as they went past immersion.
YAHUAH.
On the Sabbath,
Yep.
they were delivered.
Yep.
And that's the self-same day Yahushua died. So
Yeah,
he delivered
exactly.
us through his poured out redemptive blood.
Yes.
But that's the journey. Right? So what
That's
did
the
Yahuwah
journey.
bring them to?
Yeah.
The first thing, the Sabbath day.
Yeah. The
And
Shabbat.
then he showed them through the manna what they had to do because they forgot. They forgot.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
he showed them
Yeah.
day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They weren't called
He
like
gave
they
them
are today.
a physical...
Right? Day
like-
6, gather twice. 7 days of Sabbath.
YAHUAH.
That has not changed.
YAHUAH.
There are some people teaching that, or I know that the people that follow the moon, they changed it. They changed it. They are breaking that cycle of 7. There are others that are saying, "Oh, how do you know what day is the Sabbath?"
Yeah.
Any day.
No.
No, that's Yahuwah.
You have to have that amunah, belief,
correct.
trust
That's
that Yahuwah
belief.
would never change his covenant
doesn't
keeping
change.
day. He would never change his covenant, his separated day.
Why here? Ask this: why would Constantine bother to change the Sabbath
to the Sunday.
to the Sunday if that was an
If it
error?
was already the wrong one.
Then we wouldn't bother to say, leave them. They're all wrong.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, exactly.
no. You cannot. So when Yahuwah sets something and a decree, he makes a decree that stays.
Yeah.
That's the amunah.
Yeah.
That's the faith.
Yeah.
We have that belief.
Yeah.
And he doesn't change that.
Yeah.
So don't get sidetracked.
No,
by
don't.
ears.
Don't. You're only
like
deceiving
itchy
yourself. You're
and
only
false
deceiving
doctrines
yourself.
going around. No,
No.
that's the seventh day.
But
And
actual,
it's
indeed.
called Shabbat. In every 120 languages, it's Sabbath.
Where
So-
Italian, the
Sabbath.
Saturday is Sabbato. It's
How
right
could-
there in plain sight.
How could that change from like when
No.
the Italians started speaking Italian? It's,
No.
it's the English that's
That
wrong.
was before
It's the English
Constantine.
that's wrong.
Ooh, yes, it was.
So that's where we're up to.
Yeah, that's where we're up to. Yahuwah willing, we'll continue on this wonderful journey that is Destination Tzyun. That is the gathering of Yahuwah's Kadush, separated 144,000 to make it to Mount Tzyun, to be sealed with the Ruach HaKadosh, the separated breath of our Father, and be given that, made privy to, given that gift of everlasting life. That gift of being able to go out and bring back the rest of Yasharal, representative of the 10 tribes of Ephraim, back into the sheepfold, that we may all be one bride again. One bride again. Go back, watch the other few videos. You'll have the understanding in who Yahuwah's covenant-keeping people are. We now know that they call upon his true name. We now know that they keep the Shabbat. From an umbrella point of view, we've got the true name, the Shabbat. Then we've got the feasts. We've also got statutes like eating clean foods, abstaining from unclean foods, right rulings, like being able to make the decision and the discernment, the separation of right from wrong, evil path to everlasting path, having understanding in our Messiah's redemption, etc. These are all things Yahuwah willing will continue to keep exploring, all things that you can find in this marvelous book that is the scripture, the Kadush Ketub, the separated scriptures. We use the RST&E. I've made a video on it. You can go check that out. Otherwise,
just
Barak Yahuwah.
Search for yourself. Don't take anything that we
this
say.
isn't our word. This is the word of Yahuwah.
You need to search. There
Search
are
it for
so many
yourself.
things on YouTube, articles about the Sabbath.
Yeah,
So,
100%, and you can
Seek
all
your
relate
word.
it straight back into the scripture, and that's how you get that true discernment. It can only come from Yahuwah. It can't come from us speaking this to you only. It can't come from anyone speaking anything to you only, as we know our Master Yahushua spoke so fervently about, but it can only come from the Word. It can only come from the Ruach HaKadosh, being in constant prayer with our Father, and it can only come from keeping His commandments. This set apart, this separated day. Take heed.
When I was looking at this, there were 3 words that I read somewhere that stuck in my head, where Yahushua said, "Taste and see." What does that
Taste
mean?
and see.
Taste
Give it a
and
try.
see. Try it. Try the Sabbath.
We
try
urge
keeping
you.
it. There's no correct way or incorrect way, or do this, don't do
Within
that.
the spectrum of keeping
I had
that
people
separated
they
day.
thought they had the Sabbath. Some friends of mine, but then they listened to something and they left it. No. Because you know what? They thought it's a burden. It's a burden. But that's churchianity that made it a burden.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, once you follow it and keep it, and with YAHUAH,
what's a burden about keeping a whole day separated for our loving Father?
Delight.
Feasting,
Sabbath is
reading that word, feasting physically and spiritually, resting.
Not all day.
No, not all day. Barak YAHUAH. Keep the Shabbat. This is Destination Tzyun, part 5. The journey begins. But is also soon to come to an end. So we pray that you begin your journey in a fastened, in an accelerated way. If you haven't already, go back to part 1 of this series and watch it through. And indeed, this is the journey begins. Remember the Shabbat, the 4th commandment that our Father gave us, who if we love, we will keep his commandments. If we love him, we will keep, we will, it's not even a sacrifice. I don't even like using that term, but just for common terms, we will sacrifice one day out of our week to him. Offer. We will offer one day of our week to him. If you don't want to do that,
it's a pretty good deal. He gives you one day.
Yeah, one day.
Or they gives us 6 days. Yeah. You give him one day.
Yeah, exactly. And those 6 days are full of barakah, full of favor. Right? Yeah, just sign here. Now, those days are full of favor as well if you're keeping that separated day. All right. It's our palal that this seed indeed has not fallen by the wayside, but it falls on fertile soil, conducive to the growing of seeds and of plants. Plant that may indeed rise up a big tree to lead to everlasting life. We invite you now, as this video comes to a close, to put on that spiritual armor of YAHUAH, the armor that will indeed save your life. The helmet of redemption, the breastplate of righteousness, the loins girt about with the belt of truth, the feet shod with the righteous good news of shalom. The righteous, the good news. Teshubah, turn from your wicked ways and walk upon the way everlasting. In the left hand, above all else, the left hand, the shield of amunah, of belief by your works. And in the right hand, the sword, which is the dabar, the word of YAHUAH, the word that has given us all this undeniable proof that we are to keep this most kadush yom, this most separated day, the Shabbat set apart. So, Barak YAHUAH, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Until next time, Barak YAHUAH.